Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. Today we're back out in the shop and we're going to use this to try to make a mount for that. Something that hangs off from the back of the spare tire. Alright, so we all know Rotopax makes a spare tire carrier. So on the back of your spare tire, fits in right about here. Spare tire here, Rotopax out here. Really nice, wonderful thing. Problem is, for me, it's about 85 bucks. So I'm gonna try to use a spare tire carrier out of the old Harbor Freight, 20 bucks. Mount it in here, like so. Then mount the Rotopax to the outside. So, got a couple ideas as to how I'm going to make this happen. So, first thing we're going to have to do, obviously, is make this thing fit on here. Going to drill a hole about here like so, and then we'll just cut these notches here to widen them out so it'll fit flush down there. Got those holes drilled out. What I decided to go ahead and do is use one of these carbide bits, and I just took the top two holes that were on the trailer hitch, sorry guys, on the trailer, not even trailer hitch, spare tire carrier, and hogged those out pretty good, along with the one that I went ahead and drilled into the center. And so now the whole thing fits right on there over the 5 by 5.5 lug pattern. And I went ahead and just put one little screw in here just to get an idea as to what I'm thinking about doing. So it's going to sit on the back of your rig kind of like that. Obviously spare tire is going to be right here in the middle. What I have to do now, because spare tire is wider than this distance here, we're going to take and we're going to put a cut in this thing so as that we'll be able to pull this section off so we can get to the lug nuts. Once we have the Rotopax on there, we won't be able to get into anything because it's going to hang down to about here. So that's the next job, what we're going to do. And I think I want to cut it like this against the grain so as that I have an edge here that will help support the weight. Because we're going to actually put, this is a hollow piece of pipe or bar, and we're going to put a piece in here to help extend this out. And then the top half will connect in. So let me cut this, and then I'll get the piece that goes in the middle so you guys can see exactly what I'm thinking. Got the piece cut in half, got the holes widened out, a little bit of stuff in there. Gonna try to get a test fit going, and we realized we got to cut these corners. We have to round this out because it's bigger than the inner ring on the tire. So we're gonna grind these out, bring it back out here, test fit it, and I'll show you guys what I'm thinking, and hopefully it's gonna work. Starting to get dark, but I wanted to mock this up real quick to show you guys what I'm talking about. Now obviously we're gonna suck however much this is out to some extent. You still want to be able to, sorry, I got the flashlight out because like I said, it's starting to get dark. I'm going to put a pin in here, probably about here. This will come down to about there. And we'll put a pin in there so you can pull the pin, take this section off so you can get your spare tire out of there. Oh, and then this section will go back on and get pinned in there. That's the theory we're going with. It doesn't look like it's going to sit up terribly too high. So, like I said, we had to cut that section in the center there to make this fit. All I have it there is a piece of pipe. Yeah, it's a pipe. So what we're going to do, I haven't decided if we're going to try to screw this in or put some weld in there. And then this section here, we're going to put a hole through here. We'll probably, like I said, shorten it down, put a hole through here with a pin. That way you can remove it, take this thing off. So that's basically what we're thinking. So I'll have to get back out to this tomorrow, as like I mentioned, the light's gone. Gotta go inside, start cooking dinner and stuff. Now that I have the hole drilled through with the key pin so I can separate it, the question is how to keep this end attached into here. I thought about welding it. That's why I put these shims in there to try to suck up some space. But now I think I'm going to put a bolt in there. If I drill a bolt hole right here, straight through, like that, like so, put a bolt right there to hold this all together. That way I know it's going to be held tight and sturdy. And then maybe use some weld from the wire feed welder to try to suck up some gap in there to get rid of any rattling. That's the new plan. You guys know I just kind of make this stuff up as I go anyway, so we're going to do that now. We'll go ahead and drill a hole through here, through the pipe as well, and put a bolt in there as the next step. Gotten to the point now where we're ready to officially mount the rotopax mount to the top plate. It's got to go through, we're going to have to drill 4 holes at least. It does come with this bag of bolts, so that we'll at least have some stuff to use in order to get that stuff tightened down. Real simple. Obviously, you guys all done this kind of stuff before if you've gotten this far. Mark the center of each of these little holes. And it's not going to be 100% perfect because I did it, so it's going to be 75%. Sounds like a good number for my skills. And so we'll drill those holes in there, bolt this thing down. Already started to paint the back half so that we can get rid of some of those edges that we cut. Didn't shake the paint up well enough. Gonna have to put another coat on there, so that we will hopefully eliminate some of the rusting issues. Then we will take it and we'll mount it, and I'll show you how we ended up with it. With the placement I chose to use to put the rotopax mount onto the spare tire hitch that I've converted, I did have to put a significant grind into this washer right here so that it would fit up there because this bar was in the way. So just something to keep in mind if you do try this project, that could get in the way. I went ahead and painted the shaft red so as that when you put this section together like so, in theory it'll help you line it up because you'll have some visual as to which direction you need to go in there. But the issue we ran into now is that for some reason it didn't seem to be an issue when we were test fitting things, but now that we've gotten this far and I've placed the actual mount on this half, it does not fit down in there. So we're just gonna have to really quickly, not gonna be a big deal, we'll just trim those corners off of there so that it fits down flush into that pocket, and then we'll mount it up on the truck unless there's another issue. Here we go, guys. We got it mounted up on the convertible. So like I said before, we get that bolted in there, drop this half in, find out where I put that pin that I had in my hand 5 seconds ago. Put this pin through the hole. Like so. Loosen this up. Wife just let the dogs out. Got the water rotopax. Stick it on there. Tighten it down. Nice and snug. Maybe one more. Nope. There it is. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like it'll work. Let's see. We need to get to the spare tire. So what we'll have to do, get in there. Can reach it without having to take the rotopax off. And, oh, looks like it's a little tight to pull the pin. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Pull the pin out. Take the rotopax off. Get to the spare tire. But I do think we'll have to take the rotopax off the mount in order to get that to go pin to go back in, because it sucked it up nice and tight against the tire. So we'll loosen this up. Slide the rotopax off the mount a little bit, and then we'll put this pin in. So we made the we made that hole nice and tight to prevent some jiggling around. Makes it a little more difficult to get that in there. There we go. I think. Oh, maybe not. Alright, so we'll dismount it. Oh yeah, there we go. Take the weight off of it. Fits back on there just fine. So there it is. Spare tire rotopax mount. No welding, just some cutting and some bolts. We'll go ahead, stick this back on there. Tighten this thing up. Nice and tight against the tire. Just hoping to get one more. There we go. Alright. So, we got it about half full. We'll go ahead and carry that around for a week or two and see how everything works out. We are going to put a lock on it though. Just because there's no reason to carry a bunch of water going back and forth to work. So, we'll run the lock through there and hold on to it, so you know, keeps the honest people honest. Hopefully that is something you guys can use. Turned a Harbor Freight trailer spare tire carrier into a rotopax spare tire mount. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, you get something out of it. Comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at Trash Panda Off Road. I'll keep you guys updated on how this thing works out. Thanks for watching.